on in the 11th chapter of 1 Corinthians. And when Paul talked about Jesus, his body was broken. Oh, Adam's is his body broken for who? It's broken for you. It's broken for me. And you know one thing? The church was all messed up. Same thing this text is talking about. They were coming, eating their little meal. And the folks who were poor didn't have anything to eat. And embarrassing them. And I heard Paul saying, you need to eat at home. You need to drink at home. You don't come to church to embarrass anybody. Now, Zion, you have heard me try to preach for 30-some years. I don't try to embarrass anybody to give. If you do that way, God don't bless it. He wants you to be real in what you do. You don't have to find no kind of schism to get money out of people. Just tell it like it is. And God has the power to touch your heart, to touch my heart. I look at myself in the mirror. I said, Lord, I thank you. I don't have a PhD. I don't have the best of education. But one thing, I do have a connection with you. If I keep my hand in your hand, I don't have to worry about a place to stay. I don't have to worry about getting a job. I don't have to worry about money in my pocket. The Lord will. The Lord will make a way out of no way. I'm 72 years old. God never was hungry. He made a way for me. I can brag on it. I know he's all right. Somebody here ought to do it. Is he all right? Is he all right? Mama said he was all right. But I couldn't go on what Mama said. I had to meet him for myself. I know he's all right. I praise him everywhere I go. The folks don't know him. I tell him about it. He's all right. He's all I'm going to the sea. I'm going to the sea. That don't mean that I know the Lord, that I don't have any trouble. Yes, I have trouble. Trouble comes like double. And when trouble comes, he knocks on my door. And don't say he gonna be there long. I have trouble in my family. I have trouble with my children. I have trouble with my grandchildren. And you know one thing, I tell the Lord about it. I don't want to go around telling everybody else. All I have to do is just tell Jesus and he'll work it out. I got a grandson is running from the law right now. I told him, you got to straighten it out. You need to come to the Lord. I can't make him, but I know God is able. It's in God's hand, and he can work it out. I heard the choir said, he can work it out. He know how to work it out. But you got to put it in his hand and leave it there and praise him before it happens. Is he all right? Is he all right? Will you trust him? He's all right. Yes. Yes, sir. to the baptism. When we got here, we heard about Earl was moving around the city, and we got to get out of the church. But I want to tell you, you got to trust God. When you walked in church, you got some members was here Friday night. We went to do baptism, and I walked in and had 2 foot of water, and I stayed a few minutes in the office. Sister Dillon came, said, Reverend, the water dropped another foot down. We only have 1 foot, and I walked outside. What we gonna do? It came to my mind. We don't have to baptize because the water is not right. What happened, Mount Zion? It was a broken of the spirit. And you know what happened? The pump was pumped all the water out, and now we have to stop the pump from pumping the water out and stop the water up again. And the water came in 45 minutes, was back up to 2 feet. And I send for a sister, tell her to bring them on in, and we'll sit them on the floor. We got to do what the Lord said do. If you do what the Lord said do, He'll work it out for you. It just was a little face, and God had the grace. We went through and had the baptism, and now the water is slowed up. We went in the front and shut it off. It slowed up till we finished, and then it stopped. We got through with the baptism. I say this to the ones who were there, let you know, if you take 1 step, God will take 2. He's working out for us. I know He's all right. That's why I believe Him. He's all right. He's all right. It was broken, but God fixed it. He brought me free to Jesus' kingdom. And I'm glad about it. I'm glad about it. I'm glad about it. Yeah! Thank you. Thank you. Blessings of brokenness. Blessings of brokenness. Sometimes you won't even give your children something to eat. Then that car break down. You holding it back. Don't want to give the church. Then you got to give it someplace else. Brokenness. But happy can come from it. Just trust God. He'll bring you through. I don't care what you're going through. He'll take you through it. But don't try to have some schism. Do the dirty way, the fast way. Do it God's way. And you will last. He'll keep you around. He'll add to your life. If you do it God's way. Isn't that right, Hezekiah? I opened the church back up and my daddy closed it down. And now the preacher man, Isaiah, said, I'm going to die. I did everything for you. And I heard him say, Isaiah, go back in there and tell Hezekiah, I heard his prayers. I'll give him 15 more years. Set his house in order. God will do that to you. He'll do it to me. He's all right.